Welcome to another session of our series, Visual Analytics. Today we are looking at the Module 5. During the first module, we looked at an overview of Visual Analytics. The second module, we looked at the business use cases. And Module 3, when we were able to look at, we were able to dwell on introduction to Power BI, and then Module 4, a deep dive into Power BI. This module, which is the fifth module, which I look about Python, basic Python. Afterwards, we look at a deep dive into visualization, data analysis with Python. So today is just basic we're going to look at on this module. Now, how do we install Python? We need to understand how to install it. We need to have some knowledge of the environment and basic Python programming stuff. So, install it. It's simple. We have the native environment, we have the other tools, which are third-party tools. The native environment gives you an opportunity to write directly from your system, but using your system as usual. But the environment is not friendly, it's not nice looking like the other ones. So for me, I always advise people that are not programmers learning Python to make use of third-party tools like Anaconda. Anaconda is a package that has a whole lot of other tools like Jupyter Notebook, Spider, PyCharm, and a whole lot of other ones. But the one that I want to make use of for this session is going to be this. That is Jupyter Notebook. Now, how do we install it? Go to this link here, https://python.org, install Python. Then go to this other one here to install Anaconda. It's straightforward, just double click on the installer, next, and the whole thing finishes. That is all. Now, how do we launch Jupyter Notebook, which is the main tool that we are going to make use of here? Press the window button on your computer and type Jupyter Notebook. It takes you there straight away. So when you click on it, it launches and you find yourself in an environment of this nature. So I just to see that environment. So you find yourself in an environment of this nature. It shows something like this in your computer, from your computer. What that means is that you are already on Jupyter Notebook. So like in my own case, the document, my working document is DataCorp, and I have the full DataCorp video inside it. So this is the one in green is my working document. Now, how do we start coding? At this side here, we have new. Just click on it, Python 3. It gives you the coding environment. That is the coding environment. So from here, we can start coding straight away. If you want to say 2 plus 3, just write it. Python gives you the result. 2 times 3 is 6, running, it gives you the result. So basically, this is the way it works. So, how do we change the name? Just double click on that title. The title here, I want to give the file a name. Basic Python or whatever. Just click the name. It goes and it changes here. Then we have here, you can do everything as if you are Microsoft Word. Same here. Here, yeah, you may not use this one as such. This one, just like the way you use Excel. Can start Excel below, above, move it up and down, and the rest. So these are possibilities. Now let's continue. I already started another one, so I'm going to switch over to that notebook, which is this one here. And I mentioned here that the system allows the use of comments. How do we make use of comments? Just put a hash in front of the statement. the system sees it as a comment, and whatever the system sees as a comment, it bypasses it, so it's not going to affect your code. So that explains why we have this. So the next thing we want to talk about now is variables. Now, if I want to talk about variables, if I type variables as a header, if I run this, it will give me an error because this is some code. Let's run it. It's running now, you can see it give me error. But if I go back there and change this to Markdown, the same allows me to run it like in Microsoft Word. This time. But I need it to be thick like this one, to be bold. So I go back there. I bring in hash. If I drop one hash and space, it makes it very big. If I do 2 hash, it becomes smaller. 3 hash, it becomes smaller again. So depending on how large you want it to be. So like in my own case, I just want to use 3, so I think I'm good with that. So I close that. So I'm on to the next one. Now, in the next cell, I want us to start talking about variables. Variables are naturally space or spaces within our computer memory where we must have prepared for numbers or data or whatever we want to use them for. So on this course today, we shall be looking at variables from 2 perspectives. From the system perspective, from our user, from us perspective as users. So the first thing we need to note about variables is that variables help us to do, to be able to do a lot of things at the same time. If I need to add 2 to 3, and then the 2 to 3 changes to 4 to 5, changes to 5 to 6, so I do not need to be writing them at all times. Rather, I'll be changing them one after the other. But instead of changing them, I can as well replace them by a variable. So if I build that with a variable, it makes life a lot easier for me. So with that at the back of my mind, then it's easier for me to go to anybody and explain stuff because I have used a variable, not numbers. Now, the next thing I need us to understand on this is that if I want us to declare a variable now. We want to declare it. And the basic way to declare a variable is to assign a value to it. So I'm going to write a note here. A variable is defined as soon as a data is assigned to it. Okay. So I'll turn this to Markdown so that I can run it. That is it. Now let's play around with some variables. I can say k equals 4. That means k is a variable. I can run this, the system will not give me error because the system is aware of the fact that I have created a variable, initiated a variable. So if I run this now, I'm not going to have any error. Now, let's go back there. I can define another one by saying m as a variable equals 10. I can tell the system that, okay, I have this. I want you to print them for me. Print means display. Print k. What is inside k? That's it. Print m. Run. That's it. That is a variable. That is a variable. Now the next thing we need to do is how do we cast variables? Variables must not necessarily be numbers. You can define people's names. N equals N becomes a variable. and that variable is called Oladimeji. It's holding for Oladimeji. So if I do this, I run it, it's fine. So if I print my n, I expect the system to give me Oladimeji. Give me n. What is inside n? That's it. Okay, so and the next thing that we want to do is we want to play around with how we can change this variable. We call it casting. Variable casting. Variable casting. Let me make this a markdown. Okay. Now variable casting. I can say my k above, instead of k equals to 4, I can say k equals string, which we are going to look at later, 4. I can define my m as integer, int of 10. Define n equals float of maybe 10. All of them, they'll give me different. They'll give me the same answer, but the representation may be different, except string and integers. So if I say print k, if I say print m, I have that. For information, if you want to run your code without clicking run, just press your shift key down and enter key. Print n. That's it. So that is just an idea of variables. Now the next thing we want to do, but before we get into that, I need us to understand the fact that variables Python is case sensitive. So if it says something is integer and it's a small letter, it will be small letter all true. You cannot just change it in between. Now the next thing we want to do is to talk about variable names. Variable names. What are variable names? How do we know if we are committing a crime of not writing the names well? Now, in forming a variable name, the following rules. The following rules. Now, I want to use bullet points. So I'll do this, enter. But because I am using Markdown, if I press this, I press enter, the system will allow me to write it. When I'm done, it pushes our bullet points. So the first one, a variable name must start with a letter or underscore. Or underscore. The next one, it is case sensitive. The next one, just with the dash, the system will bring in bullets into it. It cannot start with a number. That's it. So we need to note that Olajumeji is not the same as Olajumeji with small o. They are two different things. So let's note that. Example. So I'm changing this to Markdown to run. So let us note that scale sensitive is that, and then we move to the next thing, which is variable data types. Variable data types. But before we do that, we can have, I need us to understand that we can have global variable, we can have local variable. So now let's approach variables from another context, from another perspective entirely. Now let's have a list of cars. K, L, M, they are variables. So I want to say that this KLM is the same thing as Volvo, Chevrolet, Volkswagen, BMW. This would definitely throw out an error. Why? Because we have three variables here, but we have four values. So I'm going to take out this guy. So we have three variables and three values. Now, by default, the system would assign to K, Volvo, to L, Chevrolet, to M, Volkswagen. So if I run this now, the same text. And if I say print me M, I'm expecting M to be Volkswagen. Print has to be in small letter. Print in Chevrolet. Print L. I'm expecting a Chevrolet in that order. Now the next thing we need to do is that we can equate them. I can say that X equals to Y equals to Z equals to whatever, M equals to this. I can say K equal to L equal to N, M, and they are all equal to maybe Chevrolet. Sorry, I need to relate to here. So, okay, yeah, the outside. Okay. So if I call any one of those guys, it gives me Chevrolet. Print M, it gives me Chevrolet. If I print L, it gives me Chevrolet because I've said that they are equal. That's it. Right, so the next thing is to look at the output variables. How do we output variables? Anyway, we can look at them as we go also. I'll be explaining them as we get into something much more tricky. So that closes everything that we need to know on variables. Now the next thing we want to do is to talk about data types. Data types. Let's have this also. Markdown, run. Yeah, data types. What are data types? What do they mean? Just different ways of representing data. So I'll be using Markdown. Let me change this guy to Markdown for each of them. Now the first one is called text. Text means something in Python. It is a string. We call it a string. Well, the short way of making it happen is this. So it's a string, meaning string. So that example of strings are things like my name is Oladimeji is a string. Something that is not a figure, like you cannot say you want to calculate with. So this is an example of a string, example. Now I go to the next data type, numeric. Numeric data type. There are three types of numeric data we have. These are of three types. Again, I do this, sorry. I do this, let me go in. So I have the first one called int, meaning integer. Example is our counting numbers, 2, 3, 6, 5, 6, and the rest. So these are counting numbers. So if I run this now, can you see? So I'm going to continue writing on it. I go to the next one. Now I want to bold this one. I want to bold each one of these. To bold it, look at what I'm going to do. Just do a star, double star before it, and after whatever you want to bold. I hope that's clear. It's bold now. I want to bold my integer. So if I run this now, those guys are bold. Good. Now the next one that we want to look at is sequence. Oh, sorry, that's int. Then the next one will be float, still under numbers. Okay, so the next one is float. Float as in floats, we call it float. That's the way we pronounce it. These are numbers that they are decimal numbers, like 2.3, like 1.12, and the like, something like that. Now the next one that is also numeric is complex. You may not have the opportunity of using this, but it's good I will mention it. That is a number that is never divisible by 0. Numbers that's okay. Now the next data type I want to consider is when you talk of sequence, you are talking about the three things. There are 3 types. Let's take them one after the other. The first one is called list. That's the first one. The list of numbers, the list of roots, right. The next thing is tuple. We call them tuple. They are just like lists. I'll see more of them as we progress. They're just like lists. We mostly use them for which example can I give here? Yeah, like it's just like list. The difference is just that they use bracket instead of square bracket. Like this is a list, for example. Let me give an example. A list is something like, say, apple inside that bracket. Guava inside that bracket. These are lists. So I need to quote this one. This one. This is a list. Now, if I want to turn this to, this is just like list, but uses regular brackets, normal brackets. The last one is dictionary. That's the last one there. So when you talk of a dictionary, we are talking about, or maybe we should just say range. Let's use range. Instead of dictionary, we can come back to it later. Range, just like range of numbers. Yeah, like range of numbers and the like. So it depends on the perspective, range of stuff. I say range of numbers where you take the difference between the highest and the lowest. That is the range. So there are quite a whole lot of other ones down. We have the next one, mapping. Data type. What is mapping? We call it a dictionary. Dict, meaning I'm sorry, I'm muted. Okay, so however, I've been able to play around with it, which is the goal of it. So I didn't want you guys to play around with that. Was I just paused the video for you guys to see. Some of you who want to practice it on the go. Okay, so now talking about dictionaries, we call them DICT. Then we have another one called set types. Set types. So I'm going to set type. Set types. So in this case, we have the normal set, the usual, and another one called frozen set. It's a lighter form of set. So this we may not bother ourselves much, but just that we need to note them. And the next one is Boolean. Boolean. It is termed bool, like that. Letter B. So this one implies numbers like yes, no, yes or no, boy or girl, and like. Okay, so then we now have binary, which I don't want to disturb us with all those ones. Let's move to the next part. Now the next thing that we want to do is maybe we should just take examples of each of them so that we get ourselves familiar with them again, kind of. So what I'll be doing now is I'll be doing that one after the other, just to get us to understand them. Now this one, I've given you an example of string or text or whatever it is. When you say string, we are talking about normal statements, words, and the like. We are going to do more of strings as we go. So all these things are things we are still going to dwell on at a later stage. So I'm just introducing them at this point. Now, let's talk about numbers. I want us to play around with numbers. So that we can adequately understand them perfectly. Because using NumPy, we are going to deal with a lot of numbers. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is Python numbers. So I'm going to have Python numbers. Python numbers. Just like the examples given here, numbers, numeric, yeah. Same way, there is nothing different. There is no separate stuff. They're just same way across board. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is how do we cast? That is Python casting. How do we cast? How do we cast? That is very important for us now. So, have we all heard about casting before this time? How do we cast? Now, I'm sure some of you will be struggling with the hashtag, this hash sign. Where is it? Anytime I use it on the comments. This one, you can copy it from anywhere and just use it anywhere anytime you want to make use of it, so that life becomes easier for you in case your keyboard is not friendly. So for example, I've copied that one, just put it here. For example, I want to do Python cast. Python casting. So, Markdown. That. So, what do we mean by saying casting? For example, you have something written as integer, you want to use it as float. You have to cast it. We use the word cast. Or you have something float, you want to use it as integer. You have something declared as a string, you want to use it as a number. So that is casting. Now, how do we cast? How do we cast? Now let's get out. So let's go back to our example. Let's say we have k equals let's say k equals 2. Let's say integer 2, int that means the value of k is 2. Now we can say L equals say L equals int, this is where I'm going, int 3.7. And this is not an integer. So what you are telling the system is that this decimal number, you want to make it a whole number. You are casting it. So the response is that it gives you 3. It will not approximate, it will give you 3. That's casting. Let's say n. Let's say n equals integer of a string. Say say 4. 4 is supposed to be a number, but it's been defined as a string. So you are casting it. When you cast it as an integer, the response will be integer. Now let's see. Okay, I need to use Markdown. If you don't use Markdown, I need to give you issues. Oh, okay, let me make them to be on the same. Let's have bullet points. So if we call this, let me copy and paste them here. I want to run them now, not in bullet point. But for them to run, I'll need to place a hash here. Yeah. I want to play around with your keyboard, so that your keyboard, you have understanding of moving around your keyboard. So I'm placing here a hash. For those of you whose keyboard are not good, yeah. So if I run this now, it will not give me any challenge. The same as taking it. But if I ask the system to give me the value of A is 3.7, that is print 3 print int 3.7, that's L, print L. Give you 3. It does not approximate unless you tell the system to round it, which we are going to deal with at a later stage. Okay, so that takes us to the next thing. If you want to move from string to whatever, it's the same way. And the next thing is to deal with strings. These are numbers. We've been dealing with strings before. When you say print this, print that, and you quote it, they are talking about string. Print my name is Olajumobi. This is a string. The system will not give you error because you have quoted it. That's it. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is to start getting into what we call an array. Array is just like a list, something more than one that you put together. Arrays. This one, we need to be very careful. Be very careful with arrays. Now, if I have a code, of this nature, let's say I have K here, I have K here, print K. For K in banana, print K. So if I run this, for K in banana, that means for every element in banana, print K. Print K means print B, go again and check, print A, go again and pick the next one, N, go again and pick the next one, same way. So if I say, or M in London, I need to quote my London. Print. Now the moment I place a colon here and I press enter, it will indent it. You can see the indent. So print N. So if you print L first, it prints L, it prints O, it prints N, it prints G, like that, one after the other. That's it. The next thing we want to do is is to talk more about strings. Let us adjourn this. This is a part of it. Then we are going to take part 2 of this at this point. So see you in the next part of it so that you don't get too bored. Thank you.